Oh, what do you do? Oh, I trade. Can you teach me? You know,
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm like, you don't meet an accountant, and
Yeah.
you say to them, can
Or
you
a
teach?
doctor.
Or a plumber, and you're like, what do you do? I'm a plumber. Can you teach me? It's like, yeah, I can teach you, but this is gonna take some time.
Hi,
Uh,
nice to meet you. How are you?
how's it going?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Good. So, do you want to start by telling everyone about your trading journey? So, when you
Yeah.
found trading, how long you've been trading for, and how you found it?
Yeah. So I've been a trader for over 3 years. So my background has been online, like digital marketing. I started in 2007 with affiliate marketing. And then I went into e-commerce. I did software launch as well. And then I jumped into crypto in 2017. So
Mm.
I've been doing the whole charting, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the whole thing. And then I found prop firm. I think that was in 2021 or 22. So yeah, and I was like, oh, this is an interesting concept. Getting paid to trade and not having to put up a lump sum
Yeah.
amount, into a broker. So I started with, I think it was True Forest Fund back then, but they closed down earlier
Yeah.
this year. And yeah, then from there, I also was trading with, I lost 400K account with a
Mm.
funded trader when it went down as well. But yeah, it's been a roller coaster. It's always you lose some accounts, you lose some, you win some, like they say. But yeah, that's been my journey with trading.
Nice, cool. I think that's really valuable for anyone who has suffered from the collapse of firms, right? We've all been vulnerable to it. I think a lot of new traders experience that and it puts them off pursuing the trading industry anymore. So, what advice would you give to people who have experienced that type of thing in the past?
Yeah, I would just say don't give up. Because you have a lot of prop firms out there, solid ones, you guys being one of them.
Mm.
ThinkCapital, even though you're new, but I've got two payouts from you guys so far, and I've only been trading with you, I think 2 months. So yeah, don't give up. If you lose your account with one, try another. There are great prop firms out there without mentioning names, but
Yeah.
yeah, just don't give up, just keep trying and stick to the top ones as well. Stick to is a prop firm match. I
Yeah.
would advise anyone to go to prop firm match and just stick to, the top five or
Mm.
top eight on prop firm match instead
Yeah.
of, going with prop firm that no one has ever heard about. It's just pretty, I will stay away from any new prop firm, like, apart from you guys, because you've proven
I was
yourself.
gonna say.
Apart from you guys. Yeah.
Awesome. So, in the past few years on your trading journey, what's the biggest challenge that you faced and how did you overcome it?
Oh, biggest challenge, obviously, the account, because when you look at trading prop firm, even though you have 100K account, but it's actually a 10K account.
Mm.
So is that mentality of thinking that, oh, I've got a 100K account, but in reality, you've got a 10K account. And now, if you take a 3% trade, it's gone.
Mm.
10K is gone. You don't have a 100K account. So when I first started, I was thinking like, oh, I can just risk more, but I realized that you're just gonna blow through account. I trade indices and it moved pretty,
Mm.
really, really fast.
Yeah.
So learning to just reduce the risk, and taking it slow. So that was a challenge for me, managing risk. Because risk management is everything in trading.
Mm.
If you're not able to manage your risk properly, you're never going to be successful. So the challenge was managing my risk, and not looking at the account as a 100K account or a 200K account, but actually looking at what is it that I can lose before I blow it. So I can only lose 10K. So when I think like that, my psychology changes the way I see prop firm account.
Nice. Yeah. So what would be your risk management strategy now then?
I would say on a challenge account, I would keep it maybe 2%.
Mm,
And then on funded account, I'll stick to like 1%. 1% is a good spot.
nice. And did you used to risk more? Did you have to learn that lesson the hard way?
Yeah, yeah. I used to risk more. Like I said, I used to just think about the 100K, the 200K, but then you lose one or two trades. And the thing about trading prop firm is it's so psychologically draining in the sense
Yeah.
that once you go into a drawdown,
Mm,
once you go into a drawdown, it's really hard, to get yourself out of it. It's not because you can, it's just psychologically, especially once you get to the funded stage, because you know that you only make money when you are in profit, right?
mm,
It's not
yeah.
like you put a 20K into a broker and even if you come down to 10K, you can just take out 5K. No, with a prop firm, if you are in drawdown, you cannot make any withdrawal. So, you know, now when you're in drawdown, like it really messes up with you because now you're trying to get yourself out so that you can be in profit again, so that you can, make a withdrawal.
Yeah.
So that is tough.
Yeah. I know you need to have a lot of patience,
Yeah,
especially you were mentioning risk management there. I think a lot of people over leverage and then put themselves into drawdown. And I think it's a temptation to try and over leverage your way back out of drawdown. And then that's why a lot
exactly.
of people struggle. So I
Yeah,
really like what you said with just sticking to the risk management and viewing your overall risk as 10K, not the 100K account
yeah.
size. So when you risk less, you're less likely to go into deep drawdown, which means you're more likely to stick to risk management to get out of it. Nice. So how would you describe your style of trading? What is your strategy?
So I have a few strategy, one of them being a breakout. So I trade US 30 and sometimes I trade NAS 100. So what I do is I trade the New York Open. So because it's a US index, it moves really fast during New York
Yeah,
Open. So our time in the UK will be 2:30.
yeah,
So I trade between two, I'll be on desk by 2 p.m., analyzing the market, but I'll take a trade maybe 5 minutes before, or sometimes I'll wait 15, half an hour after market open because with US 30, the volatility is crazy
mm,
during that open, that first 15, 30 minutes. So what I do is I wait for the Asian to close, and then obviously London, even though it hasn't closed, but the morning session in London has closed. So I'm
mhm,
looking at the levels. So what are indices like US 30 and NAS 100? What you'll find is that when US 30 or NAS 100 breaks out of a level, so if that's the top of Asian and London session and it breaks up, then it's going to continue to go up for at least till 4 p.m. our time, which would be like 11 a.m. EST.
yeah,
And if it also breaks down, it will also continue to go down. So I'm looking for a breakout on the 15 minutes between, once Asia has closed, London morning session is done. When New York open, I want to see where if we're gonna break up to the upside or we're gonna break to the downside. So that's
nice.
one of my strategy.
Cool.
But
So you really,
works really well for indices. I don't know about currency pairs because I don't trade currencies.
yeah. Have you always traded indices or
Oh
did
yeah,
you?
always
Yeah,
just I believe in sticking to one thing, just pick one or two pairs or instrument and just stick to it.
yeah. Nice. How do you feel about sharing your screen and talking us through the charts and how you would view that, giving us a bit of a candlestick example
Oh
of your
yeah.
breakout strategy?
I'll give this away for free. On the chart here, as you can see, we have the Tokyo, right? The Asian session. And here we have the London session. And that is the New York section we're currently in right now. So if you just take a look at today, this was the high of Tokyo and high of London. So high of Tokyo, high of London, high of Tokyo, low of Asia, right here. Okay. And that's where the New York session started. So you see, when we broke out of the Asian high
Mhm.
and the London high, we took off, still up. So you could have made, what is it? That was the breakout as a 250 pips on indices. You know what that means. Even if you
Yeah.
entered here, still 189. If you take a look at yesterday, so again, like I was saying, you're looking for a breakout. That was the high. That was the high of London, and then Asia session, New York. We broke down yesterday. Okay, we broke down, and then it went all the way down. Obviously, you want to be looking at levels. You want to come out when it hit that level. Like in this case, for example, we broke out, so you want to be coming out when it hit that level right there,
Mm.
because that's a resistance. Even though it can keep going, but I'll just come out once it hit that level up there. Same like yesterday, like when we broke down, I'll be looking to like start taking profit around that level, like close most of them around that level, and maybe come down to this level as well. So that was yesterday, and then the day before as well, you can see we broke to the upside. That was Tokyo. That was London. That was New York. That's the high. That's the low. We broke to the upside, and you can see that we took off and for the rest of the day. So that's just like a simple strategy that I trade on indices. Obviously, combined with other stuff as well. You also want to be looking at market structure. If we go to the 4 hours or the daily, you can see that the market has been pumping since. So you want to go with the trend as well. So in this case, for example, I'll be looking for a long trade, even though yesterday, obviously, we came back down from that breakout point. But I'll be looking for a buy trade because the market is bullish. You don't want to be going against the trend. Also, when the market is bearish, right, you also want to be looking for a sell trade. So, you want to layer a few things. You want to look at the structure, look at the trend, also look at the breakout. If you break out, like today, for example, I was confident. I actually traded this because, we've been pumping up, right? We're bullish. The market is bullish. We broke out of the Asian session. We broke out of London session, and it went bullish, right? That was the candle. That's what I was saying, like the first 15 minutes or 30 minutes, just chill out because the US 30 does a lot of this. A lot of this is like just weak, and then before it takes off to the upside or to the downside. So to avoid that, market open at 9:30, just wait till about 9:45 or 9:50 or 10 a.m. And then that's when you see like a really clean trend on the US 30. So yeah, that's about it.
Nice, cool. I see you have some indicators on your charts. Do you want to talk us through them for anyone who
Yeah.
doesn't use indicators, anyone who's new?
Yeah, so the indicators there is just for me to see the session.
Yeah.
That's the market session right there that I was telling you about. That's just break it down for me, so I don't need to guess. So you put these boxes on there to show me the highs of Tokyo, London, and also New York. So that's that up there. And then this is just RSI, because you also want to be looking at RSI because that's important. US 30 does respect RSI. Whenever the RSI is really, really high on US 30, it will usually take a breather. It was usually, if it's going up and up, like you say, in this case, it was pretty high, and then we just, dump. So when it's also very low, right, like you had here, we also pump. So again, but you're not trading just based on that only. That's what I was saying earlier. You're layering, it's layers. You're putting layers together. So that's for that. That's the RSI and obviously the volume, but you don't really need that. I just have this on my chart because I'm into crypto. So I use the volume just to look at crypto, but it's not for trading
Yeah.
indices. So that's about it.
Nice, cool. I think that's really valuable. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. So what is your approach to your exit strategy? How do you determine where to set your TP? Do you use like a set risk to reward, or you mentioned you use market structure there? I'm guessing it's more
Yeah,
so levels that you're using.
yeah. So I've done few of these interview, and one thing that I always mention is forget about risk to reward.
Mm,
Like we're here to make money. We're not here to like aim for 1 to 3, 1 to 10. That's just your ego. That's just for you to go post on Instagram and Twitter. You don't need to. For me, I just go with levels. Like I was showing you on the chart,
mm,
on the 15 minutes. So I'll look at the market structure, the trend on the 4 hours and daily, and then I'll drop to the 15 minutes. The 15
mm.
minutes is where I take all my trades because I'm a scalper.
Yeah.
I only just trade the New York session. So I'll be in a trade maybe half an hour, 1 hour, or max like few hours. I'm not a swing trader that'll be in a trade for the whole day or 2 days now. I ain't got time for that. you know. So I'll look at levels, so when I was showing you earlier on, on the 15 minutes, you could see when we broke out, I will come out at that previous level because at that previous level, when it gets there, it's definitely gonna retrace a little bit even before going above it. So I just look at levels. I never focus on risk to reward. I think, I don't believe in that personally. If it works
Yeah,
for
yeah.
people watching this, good for you, but I don't believe in risk to reward.
Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. So you've talked for your indicators. How would you avoid emotional trading on the charts? How do you keep control of your emotions and not allow yourself to go into tilt?
Yeah, I think before you enter a trade, you need to determine your risk, right? And you need to, before you enter a trade, you have to decide on your risk
Mm,
and your stop loss and your take profit, right? The mistakes that most newbies they make, and I've been there myself when I first started trading,
mm.
is moving your stop loss. You know, people don't let their winners ride and they let their losers ride. And it
Mm,
should be the opposite. You should let your winner, you should let it ride, and you should kill, your loser. You should kill it like very fast, kill it fast. But what people do, they will just let it go on and on. They'll keep moving it. So before you even take a trade, right, decide, okay, this is going to be my entry. I'm going to enter here and I'm going to come out here. This is going to be my stop loss and this is going to be my TP, right? Um, it's okay, I would say, if you see that the market, for example, is pumping and pumping, it's okay to take partial off the table and let the rest ride.
mm.
But never, never move your stop loss. Just never move your stop loss because
Yeah.
once you develop that habit, it's very hard to get rid of. Once you develop that habit, when I first started trading all my days, I put my stop loss on like to lose 500 and I end up losing 2K because I keep moving it, I keep moving it. And instead of me just take the loss because
Yeah.
there's gonna be an opportunity tomorrow. There's gonna
Yeah.
be an opportunity next week. The market is always going to give you an opportunity. So why blow your account on one trade, or why blow your account in one day
Yeah.
when the way I see it, I'm like, you know what? Cut it. Just cut it because you get to see another day. You get to trade tomorrow, instead
Yeah.
of me just blowing the entire account in one day. I can just take a small loss today and come back tomorrow, come back
Yeah.
next week, come back next month, you know?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. So having the right expectations when you enter a trade, knowing when you're where you're getting out, whether it's stop loss or TP, keeping
Yeah.
your TP or keeping your stop loss in the same place, not touching it. Do
Don't
you
touch it.
do you
Yeah.
find that once you enter a trade, do you like sit and forget? Do you not look at it to remove that
Uh,
temptation?
no, 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 because I'm a scalper, I'm on the screen. Like
Yeah.
when your market open, 2:30, UK time at 2 p.m. I'm on desk, look at the market, 2:30, 2:45, sometimes 3 p.m. I enter a trade. and I'll just watch it. I'll sit here and I'll be looking at yeah, I'll be looking at it. Some, like I've got like a massive monitor in front of me. So
Yeah,
what I do, I'll put it on and then I'll be looking at crypto. Obviously, crypto has been doing well recently, so it's exciting. So
yeah,
I'll just be researching and doing all the stuff, and then I'll keep an eye on it. Okay, how's it doing? Okay, I'll continue with what I'm doing.
yeah,
So yeah, I'll watch it like a hawk.
yeah. Cool.
Mm.
Okay, good. Awesome. So the strategy that you've just showed us, is that the same strategy that you started Forex with, or has your trading
No,
evolved?
when I first started, obviously you learn about different strategy from people, but yes, I've done, support and resistance, which works, because trading is based on that, it's based on levels, it's based on support and resistance. So I've traded that, but what I found consistency with is when I trade breakout, combined with, obviously trend and breakup structure and all.
Nice. Cool. Awesome. I think a lot of new traders assume that the strategy that they're learning the first time they step into the industry is the one that they're going to be profitable with. So you're quite lucky that you found support and resistance as your one of your first strategies. But I think that's very valuable with helping traders to understand that you probably will strategy hop a bit, but it's important that you just keep searching until you find one that works for you.
Yeah. And I,
Yeah.
and I and I don't believe there's one strategy, there's no one perfect strategy.
No.
I believe that there are multiple strategies that are, profitable. And
Yeah.
also I don't believe that I believe that you're always going to have layers, like have some elements, because even trading breakout, I'm not just going to blindly go in, because sometimes, like I said to you, the RSI is already very high. So I'm also looking at that as well. I'm also
Yeah.
thinking, okay, even though we're broken out, we could just break out a little bit and then just come back down because the RSI is already very high. So it has to take a breather.
Yeah.
So you're not just focusing on one thing. Is a combination. It's a combination of these and that. You put it all together, to create one big strategy. And that's why you cannot learn trading in one day or 1 month. Or it takes time, for you to learn all that. Because if you just go blindly and just think, oh, maybe someone is gonna watch this now and think, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna do that. No, it doesn't work like that. You also need to keep in mind all the stuff like RSI, trend, and some days the market is just irrational. So you're
Yeah.
not always gonna win, even though I found consistency with this doesn't mean that I'm just killing it. I'm like 100% win rate. No, it doesn't exist. If someone is telling you they never lose in Forex, they're lying. Big lie. It doesn't
Yeah.
exist. It's no perfect strategy.
Yeah, I completely agree. So I see quite a few books behind you there. I was just wondering, what would your top book recommendations be for traders to help them? Because a lot of traders who might be watching this that are struggling with that, moving their stop loss or fear of taking a loss, not having patience, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Is there any books that you've read that would help them?
To be completely honest with you, I've never read a forest trading book. You know,
You-
those books behind
For
me,
display?
they are not, they've got nothing to do with forest trading.
Oh, got you.
That, for example, is called Scary Clothes, and uh it just fictions and stuff that about entrepreneurship. Yeah. I'm
Nice.
more of an entrepreneur. I wouldn't call myself trader. I do
Yeah,
a bunch of other stuff. I
cool.
do e-commerce, Shopify. I do day trading. I do crypto. I, help students with online marketing, not just trading, but like, um, people looking to get started, making money online. I coach them as well. So
Yeah.
I read books on entrepreneurship, on running a business, on marketing, and not about trading. Trading is 20% of what I do.
Nice. I
Yeah,
love that. Cool. Yeah, awesome. So tell us about your experience with ThinkCapital so far.
yeah. It's been amazing. Obviously, like I said to you, I'm very honest. I'm always cautious when it comes to new firm.
Yeah.
But what the reason why I gave it a try, because I've been burnt by so many new firms. I lost money with, obviously TFT wasn't new, but I've lost money with new firms, so I just stay away.
Same. This year was
But
rough.
yeah, very rough. But when I saw that you guys are broker backed,
Yeah.
because I think I've used ThinkCapital broker before, and so I thought, okay, if they are broker backs, maybe they'll be different.
Mm.
So I tried you guys, requested my first payout. It was processed pretty fast. I think it was 3, 4 days, and
Mm.
then the other one took longer. It took about a week. I had to get in touch with support. But I saw the email that came from you guys this week that you are now offering a guaranteed 48 hours payout. So that's a welcome news. I think that's amazing. But
Yeah.
my experience has been great. I've got nothing bad to say about Think Capital.
Awesome. Amazing. And is there any advice you would give to aspiring traders who are watching this that are very new on their trading journey? Like, what advice would you give them?
One, I would say, just know that if you're new, it's gonna take time. It just is like I'll say it this way. The thing I don't like about being, a trader or even just an online marketer sometimes is when you meet people and you say to them, "Oh, what do you do?" "Oh, I trade." Can you teach me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, you don't meet an accountant and
Yeah.
you say to them, "Can
Or
you
a
teach?"
doctor.
or a plumber. And you're like, what do you do? I'm a plumber. Can you teach me? It's like, yeah, I can teach you, but this is gonna take some time.
Yeah.
What happens is when you talk to friends or family members, they think that if you just tell them, click that, they're gonna start making money. I'm like, it takes time. So if you're
Yeah.
new, just know that this is gonna take time. This is not like a walk in the park, and you're like, I'm just gonna start trading today. I'm gonna start making money tomorrow.
Mm.
It takes years to be profitable in trading. And I'll tell you, trading is one of the hardest job or career or whatever you want to call it. It's hard.
Mm.
Don't let anyone fool you into thinking that trading is easy. It's
Yeah.
not easy. Trading is hard because there's no consistency in trading, and that's what makes it hard.
Yeah.
You go to your job 9 to 5, and you get paid at the end of the month. There's no guarantee in trading that you're gonna get paid.
Yeah.
And that's why I said to you, I don't depend on trading. I don't entirely depend on trading. I have other stuff that I do. E-commerce is pretty stable if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So just know that it's gonna take time, but don't quit because years of struggles and challenges can one day turn into like this dream life that you've been looking for. And you can go to Dubai, go to the Maldives, and you can be trading. So don't
Mm.
quit, but just know that this is going to take time. That's what I tell people that are into trading or wants to learn about trading.
Yeah. No, that's really good advice because the first few years are really tough, really tough. And a lot of people leave this industry and say, oh, it's not for me. I don't enjoy
Yeah.
it. None of us enjoy it in the first two
Yeah.
to 3 years. None of us do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, cool. So I think that's it. That's all the questions I have for you. Do you have anything you would like to add?
I think that's about it. It's been good coming on the ThinkCapital platform, to talk to you guys and your followers. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you so much. It's been great
Yeah,
chatting to you. And if you're up for it, we can do a follow-up interview in the upcoming weeks or months and we can see how you're
yeah,
getting on and whatnot. Be great
yeah,
to have
sure.
you on again.
Yeah. It'll be good to get on the show again.
Awesome. Well, I
Yeah.
hope you enjoy the rest of your day. It was great to
Bye.
meet you. Chat to you
Yeah.
soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.